When has King Charles ever shared his most personal cause with someone who is not his wife or his heir? Think about it. The illness he is still being treated for, the fight that has reshaped his final years on the throne, the one subject closer to the bone than any other. And then, look at who he chose to stand beside him for it. Not a brother, not a son. Catherine. If you have ever sensed that the king sees something in her the rest of the family doesn't, this is the channel where we notice those things together. So stay with me. It happened at St. James's Palace at the start of June, at a reception marking 125 years of Cancer Research UK. Charles hosted it as the charity's patron, and beside him stood the Princess of Wales. On the surface, an anniversary. Underneath, something no royal watcher should breeze past. The king has marked his cancer journey in careful, private ways for over a year now. He has rarely let anyone share that ground with him. This time he opened it, and he opened it to her. Understand why that is so unusual for this particular man. Charles guards his inner life. He has spent a lifetime keeping a wall between the public king and the private patient, and he does not lower it for sentiment. Heirs get duty, spouses get loyalty, but this, the thing he and Catherine both survived in the same brutal year, he has never offered as shared ground to anyone outside the very smallest circle. Standing her at his side for an evening built entirely around cancer was not protocol. There is no rule that required it. He simply wanted her there. And here is the detail that ought to settle the question of how he sees her. The biographer Sally Bedell Smith once said, "It isn't presumptuous to call Catherine the daughter the king never had." A year ago, that sounded like a warm phrase. After an evening like this one, it sounds like a plain description of fact. Let me say the quiet part out loud, because it caught even me off guard when it landed. We always assumed the person Charles would lean on through illness would be Camilla or William, by blood or by vow. Instead, it keeps being the daughter-in-law, and he keeps choosing it in public where everyone can see. Think about what they actually share that no one else in that family does. Charles told the world he had cancer early last year and is still in treatment now. Weeks later, Catherine sat in front of a camera and told us her own news. After major surgery, with 3 young children at home who needed their mother to sound steady. 2 people, the same words said about each of them, in the same dreadful season. There is a silence between people who have been through that which cannot be faked and cannot be borrowed. You could feel it in how easily they move through that room together, meeting the researchers and clinicians who treat people exactly like the 2 of them. And remember how far she had to travel to be standing in that room at all. Catherine was diagnosed at the start of last year after major surgery and faced 6 months of chemotherapy out of public view. The country held its breath through a long, frightening quiet. Then in January came the word everyone had prayed for, remission. And within months, she was back to a full schedule and had completed her first overseas trip since the diagnosis. The king watched every step of that recovery while still inside his own. He did not place a fragile figure beside him that evening. He placed a survivor who had walked the exact road he is still walking, and he knew precisely what it had cost her to make it. So when the king placed Catherine at the heart of his most personal evening, he was doing something he has done for no one else. He was telling the family, the staff, and the country where she sits in his mind now. Not at the edge of a happy occasion as his son's wife, but at the center of the gravest one as the person he most wanted beside him when the subject cut closest. In a family where trust is the rarest currency there is, that is the largest thing he could have given her. And he gave it without a single word of explanation. So here is my question for you tonight. Did Charles keep Catherine beside him because she is simply the future of the monarchy? Or because she has quietly become the one person in that family who truly understands what he is living through? Tell me in the comments. I read every one. And if you want to keep watching the king show us, moment by moment, exactly who he trusts, then settle in here with the rest of us who never miss it.